Hello, you are here? The music might be a little loud. I'm going to have to get in there and figure out the settings. Should find a notepad too. 1 second. Yeah, music's a little loud. It's not on all the time, but I'm going to try and find how to change it. Settings? Is there any settings I have? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can turn it down out here. One sec. Try and fix it up for you. Ba-dum. We want audio. Um, I don't know how I can change it. You are here? I need to figure out how to turn the sound down on it. I cannot figure that out. I don't want to quit that. Um, Give me a sec, guys. I'm just trying to figure it out. Can't find it. That any better? Yeah, it's not as loud? Okay. Not as loud, then that's okay. It's kind of noisy, though. Anyway. Okay, let's get in. So... It's good. So, introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is background of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in the word, e.g., robbery, into the search field, click search, and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. To narrow a search, use multiple words, e.g., robbery supermarket. If you're working from a printed transcript, you can even be more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement. Yes, I was there. Okay, yep. To store a clip for later reference, click Add to Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the User Tags box and type in your desired tags. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Oh, God. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos of the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged. Yeah, when they were flooded in 97. But figured this would be enough. Take your time. Okay. Murder's the first thing up there, so I guess we search.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay, Simon. I think I'll write down Simon in February. Keep those to look out for later.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay. So, I guess we look up Simon.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
Okay.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Okay.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, so the Rock. I'll write that down. Maybe Helen? Seems like it might have had something to do with it.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one.
Amstrad?
No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, Climb the Tower, Save the Princess, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
An accident? Access limited to the first 5. Okay. They mentioned February? Oh, okay, we've watched the first one. We haven't watched this one.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something, that's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Okay, I didn't really pick up anything on that one. What about Rome? They spoke about Rome? Yeah, only one. Okay. Maybe holiday? Nope.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Baby. About glass. She mentioned something about him being a glass maker or something. Oh, okay. More on it.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Okay.
He wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Maybe we can have a look at mirror.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Something to do with a mirror somewhere there.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Okay. That didn't seem like anything. Nope. Oh, there was one there too.
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
Hannah.
It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, you get the idea. Sorry.
Keep mentioning
Hannah
mirrors.
Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street. The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. Haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Oh, that was a little weird. Is that not weird?
Silverleaf? No.
Just the
He
ending of
normally
it.
silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Okay. Like, the way she started talking then was like she didn't like the sound of her own reflection. Okay. They mentioned earlier the rock? Like Rockington Arms or something? I'll just type in the rock.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all.
Something about Friday?
Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. We've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
She seems like a little different here to there. Like, I don't know.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone Simon knew from the Rock.
Okay. What about Helen? The name she mentioned earlier in the...
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Okay, so nothing really. Maybe we can find out more about the argument.
There's no couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to. No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
Okay. Doesn't seem like any significance.
Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
Okay. So nothing there really. I wonder if we can type in her name, if there's anything else that comes up. Oh, okay.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Eve? Okay. What is she tapping?
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay. It's a little bit weird.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry. Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
What?
The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead,
Huh?
but I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Whoa, up there? What the fuck was that? Excuse me.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Attic, maybe? I'm confused. I thought her name was Hannah. And now she's talking about Hannah like it's somebody else. Let's look at Eve.
Well, my friend Eve. She was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and
Wow.
I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her. and watch her drown.
Okay, twisted match.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
Odd.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off. My mother called me Eve.
This lady has a split personality. So she's Hannah and she's Eve. Let's go look at Mother.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Okay.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. She throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Okay.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Okay, something to do with the baby. She's got this thing with palindromes. He's mentioning palindromes.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
Does she think of herself as Rapunzel? Yeah, there's more to the Rapunzel thing.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there? We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
This one's weird. Okay, so she's definitely got a split personality. It's definitely a thing. Okay, so go back to look at some of the other things. Have a look at baby. She kept mentioning a baby. Oh, another one.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Okay.
No, I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
Ooh.
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Oh.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Okay. Okay.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body. Really? Okay. Here's the rest.
They laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle play waves of her fingerburns. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bones. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce a heart of stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain.
That is a very weird one.
Yes, the only tune.
I mean, this is supposed to be police tapes.
Play.
Why the heck would you have a guitar and be singing?
Oh,
And
the dreadful wind and rain.
I'm sorry, but this bitch is crazy.
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Who plays music in an interrogation? Like, and what is this thing with blonde hair? She's obsessed with blonde hair. Wait, let's try blonde hair. Oh, there's another part.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
Two sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and
There was a barmaid called Helen, yeah.
out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swans. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, she was talking about a blonde before, which was Helen. Then he likes blondes. Maybe you should just put blonde. Might be something. Okay, there's a different one here. But it. Okay, so she spoke before in one of these about Eve. She tried to drown Eve, which that song was just saying all over again. Like she held her down, is what she said about Eve. I'm confused. Oh, there it is right there.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap?
No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door. No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Okay. What else do I have on here? Okay, she spoke of the attic before. Okay, here we go. We got some more.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, the dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a
Dollhouse?
fairy castle. We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
Okay, maybe something about the dollhouse.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Right. Well, there's one more about the dollhouse.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
Okay, is this... It's not two different people, right? It seems that when she has her hair up, she's Hannah. When she's got her hair down, she's Eve. Okay. Something about this sister thing.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting.
Yeah, it definitely.
Afterwards, she
spilled
told Simon
personality.
about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
Okay, but earlier she said that Eve was her friend, or Hannah was her friend, whichever one said it.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
Oh,
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
okay. Did we look up Hannah before, or was it just Eve we looked up? No. Okay, we looked up both. What else have I written down that she mentioned? Oh, Friday? Something about Friday? Try Helen. Yeah, I'll try Helen again in a minute. Oh, wait, there's something else about Friday.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
Oh, there's nothing new about Helen. What about drowned? No, there's only that. What, accident? Nope, something else about accident.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother.
Something about the
So I
diary.
burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
So maybe something about the diary. Oh yeah, here we go.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. It helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Okay.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Twins, maybe?
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question? Are you out of your mind? Twins? Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up,
Who the hell's Florence?
take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Which rest of these ones, and then we'll have a look for Florence, because I don't know who the heck Florence is.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things. Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me. No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Well, nothing else on the mirror. Nothing else on the Florence. She keeps bringing up stories. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors, and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Right. What else have I written down here? Okay, so earlier on she spoke about glasses a lot. Oh, there's another one there.
body. It didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut.
Oh.
And I didn't see his glasses. There's these thick glasses. It doesn't always work.
He's got these thick glasses and he has to wear them. Throat. Oh, hold on. Let me put the parentheses. Throat had been cut. Nope.
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
Okay.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror, just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Did I look up wig before? Nope. Oh, okay.
A wig? You mean, what type of wig?
One you stick on your head?
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? And that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan. This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Okay. That wig just keeps coming up. What else? Looked at stories. We looked at Simon. Looked at glasses. Is there a plan? No. A bruise? Oh, yep. Here we go.
Bruise? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face. We hurt like hell.
I didn't even see that bruise on her face before.
One of us got hurt. The other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snapped a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day, all our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits. Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl.
Ooh,
I
Carl.
met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Man, this just gets weirder. Okay, so they keep mentioning a car, but I want to have a look at Carl. See if there's anything else. Yeah, here we go.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
Didn't she say she was 17?
No, I was 15. Carl was older, 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family. Family. So Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon. Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Ouija board?
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Okay.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
Okay, so family. I need to put family in. Mentioned family a lot before.
Yeah, when I was at school, I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Okay. Oh, there's a few for car.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it.
Eric's
Both
another
of them
name
are
she
there
keeps
now,
mentioning.
parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Van. Okay. Eric in a van.
I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
Ew.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
Okay.
He was wearing a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Hopefully your stream on what?
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife,
Hi,
Diane?
Beef Steak 99. Hello, how are you? Okay. What's this van about? Nothing else about the van. About the rules.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know.
Wait, what?
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad.
Who's Diane?
Maybe it wasn't her fault.
I don't know. I didn't
She looks scared,
have a
not
look for
guilty.
Diane.
Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know. It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others.
Yep.
The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
Weird. You become weird. You lived in the attic. Diane, you said. Oh, okay.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste.
There you go, she's Eric's wife.
That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then. Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Oh god, here she is with the goddamn guitar again.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. They get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Okay, was there anything else about the watch? Yeah, there is.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Okay.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Okay. Nothing else about alibi on there. Okay, there's more in Glasgow.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back. No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out.
She never mentioned a hospital before.
The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
she just fell asleep in the car. That's what she said before.
Ask the hospital. I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital?
No, nothing else about the taxi. What about Scratch? Oops. Can't type. Nope. God. Oh, that's the other thing she mentioned earlier. Letters. Nope, nothing else in there. She kept mentioning letters earlier. There's nothing there. Oh, what about the bin bags? Oh. No. The body. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Can you imagine? I tried.
Stella,
to get
yeah,
pregnant
okay.
too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was pretty ill. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Yep, here we go.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Oh. Chit chat. Oh. I'm not done. Okay. What is this? Okay. Something about a mirror game.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I'd been burgled. And
Where's the tattoo
worse,
gone from her
obviously.
arm?
I don't know. I haven't lived in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in, as good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So,
Yeah, the one earlier, she had a tattoo. Nope.
oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake. So I moved out. Got a small bedsit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist. He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Okay, so I'm guessing she's talking about Simon there. Is there anything else on palindrome in there? No, only those two. So what about the blood? Oh, here we go.
Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. Blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Didn't I say your mother was pushed down the stairs? uh,
She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
Okay. About funeral. Did you mention a funeral and a cremation earlier?
Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight.
Alright. Why cremation? What are you trying to hide, lady? This thing's up here again. What else? See if there was anything on the stairs from earlier. Nope. Nothing more on the mirror. Nothing more on the tape. Yeah, we tried Dollhouse before, I think. Didn't I? Yeah, I tried Dollhouse earlier. Oh, didn't mean that. No, nothing more on Ava. Or Sarah? Nope, nothing more on Ava or Sarah. That were the two names they were talking about for the baby. Oops. No, nothing more on the Amstrad. That was just the name of the computer from earlier. From earlier that was only checked 3 and there was 5 entries. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me just click back and check everything. Oops. What about his show? She kept mentioning his show. Or singing. No, hold on. Here we go.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
That kiss. No, here we go. Thank you.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing, like we had before. He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It was almost like it was a different Simon. But after the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
Yeah. Nope. Ooh, here we go.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's
Dead? He's different now he's dead? Oh, speaking of dead.
they'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me. I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And
Who?
they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that, it was just like, fuck.
Yeah. Who the fudge was dead in their bed?
It's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
She pregnant again?
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon is dead. But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing? It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead, it doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Okay, Oxford.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
First time I've seen one with her in that outfit. Okay, so Oxford.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford? Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar. An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair.
Are you sure now?
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Okay, so oh, that's right, because she said she was pregnant before.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married. Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
Okay, but which one's pregnant? Is it Hannah that's pregnant or is it Eve that's pregnant?
No.
I think this is Hannah.
Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Oh, here we go. More on the birthday.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that. It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Okay. What present?
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Okay, so this is what the argument was for, and that she supposedly left.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday.
50%.
You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Blitz the house? I blitz the house? Is there anything on the present?
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself.
No, she's talking about a tattoo again.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Yes, right. I was going to put something in and I can't even remember what. Why does she keep talking about coffee?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Uh-huh, sure you are.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
The difference in the coffee.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar. Just the 1 sugar. Thanks. Is that kind of recording? Black, no sugar. Thanks.
Okay, one of these said milk, right?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
Okay, this one says
Sweet
no
enough as
sugar.
it is. Black, no sugar.
Okay, so this is
Thanks.
Eve, and that one, yeah, it's definitely Eve when she's got her hair down, and it's Hannah when she's got her hair up.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Oh, but here it says milk and sugar. Wait,
Just the 1 sugar. Thanks. Is that kind of recording?
what's this one got?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Huh. When she's Eve as well, she doesn't really wear the rings.
No. No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Where was his wedding ring? No, nothing else? Okay, it says we've only gotten 50% of the database. This is nuts. Hold on. Oh, here we go.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf. Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Okay. So, what else have we looked at? We've looked at baby. Did we look at mother? I don't remember if we looked at mother though. Maybe we did. Or anything to do with stairs? Oh, well.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Right.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Yes, because it sounds like they conveniently died so you could have the house.
Sure, yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. It's the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him.
Okay.
He always takes it out of his back pocket before when he comes in, if he's in the house.
I'm sorry. That was funny. His wallet must be heavy.
I wasn't in the house.
Exactly. It wasn't in the house? Let's see if you can find any more on the wallet. No. Back? He kept saying he had a bad back. Nope. Oh man, if just a couple of cards and a lottery ticket makes his back mushrooms, yeah, should try mushrooms. Oh, there's another one on mushrooms.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it.
Uh-huh.
The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. There's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Nope, nothing more on the death caps. I'm still so confused. Because one minute she lived across the street, and then the next minute she's going picking mushrooms with her dad. Oh, it'd be nice if I typed that right. Nope. Nothing more on the midwife. I knew exactly what the mushrooms were. Yeah, no. They knew exactly what they were. Anything else in the bed? Oh, here we go.
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1. Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
Who's Doug and Eleanor? Was that his parents?
Don't know. Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. that enough?
That was rehearsed. It's exactly what she said in the other one. Nope. Okay, so 1 minute she's calling them Doug and Eleanor, and the next minute she's calling them Simon's parents.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
I'm sure you do.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure. I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, you know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Mm-hmm. Something to do with secret.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Hmm. Nope, nothing else about the entomologist. Ooh.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the Knock Code. Something prisoners of war would use.
The tapping
We'd
from
tap them
earlier.
out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Okay. What did I say it was again?
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the Knock Code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Hmm. Interesting. What does it even mean? She mentioned it somewhere else too. No, it was Eve. You looked up. This one.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
I'm. That was weird though. She's like, Hannah, 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 why are you talking about Eve? Hmm. Did we try reflection earlier? Sitting here looking at the mirror stuff that I wrote down. Oh, there we go.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements. Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that.
With a bread knife.
My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books. I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Hmm. What is that? 750? What is this though? Race hack. You never see us. You've never seen us. Stripper? Stripper? One for the Mumsy Classic Play strategy game. Cracks with glass. Is there any more on the not code? I'll tap. Um. What if we look up his mum more? Maybe there's something there. Oh, there's one more for that.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. This woman's just...
Hmm. That's funny. Was there anyone? I keep coming back to the cheating thing, or cheating. Cheater. Cheated.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon. Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday. Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Always mentioning fairy tales. Why are they always mentioning fairy tales? They live in a fairy tale.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Okay. Nope, nothing on books really. Nothing we haven't looked at anyway. What else have we got written down? Yeah, we've looked at that. Okay, we looked at glasses. Did we look at glass? Yeah, we've looked at glass. What else is there? So much written down. There's nothing else. There was nothing else on Sarah, right? I only mentioned Sarah once.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name. Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Okay.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents.
Okay, so
They were
who's
married.
pregnant then?
Simon had a
Is it
job
Hannah
at
or
Glazier's
Eve?
now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
God damn, I keep seeing that reflection. Whoever it is. Freak me out. Which obviously we don't want that one anymore. Can we get rid of that? No, it's already in there. Obviously it's important when it flashes up like that.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
Okay.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
I think it's definitely Hannah. Hannah's definitely been the one to do it. Eve's like covered it up. That's if they're twins and it's not a split person. But then again, one has a tattoo and one doesn't, so it's definitely two people. There's nothing else on parents.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either. I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married. No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back, me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, the dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay, well, I guess that makes sense, really, but. Oh, wrong thing. It's so weird. Must be something that we've missed somewhere. Anything else about the parents? That's what I want to know.
No.
That I've missed.
The whole thing was wrong.
I don't know how they can't tell that.
The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
You think Eve? I don't think it was Eve. I think it was Hannah.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one
But they didn't live
had any
alone.
reason to
Eve
hurt them.
was in the attic.
I was living in the attic.
I think the one with the hair up is
hot.
normally Hannah. And
I
this
was
one with the
depressed.
hair down is Eve.
Was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning. They were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him.
Yeah,
and
no,
he
for sure.
taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
What about fingerprints? Oh,
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand on the oven. Fingerprints. Yes, yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places. Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible? Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking idiot.
geez, testy. Styrofoam cup and get fingerprints from it? Okay. Wonder what they got the fingerprints from. Is there anything? Okay, so I know I typed poisoning before. I didn't tell you poison.
At the time they said it was poison.
Motive?
Food
Okay,
poisoning.
we'll do that next.
I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I didn't.
Okay, no. So, yeah. This thing's still popping up. There is a woman in the background. Like, you can see a woman's reflection. So whoever we are looking at this, we're a woman. Oh. Oh, hold on. Database checker. 1 volume missing. What else did she mention earlier on? Like, she meant, like, it was a lot of to do with fairy tales and Princess Diana. She mentioned the whole. Oh yeah, there's one on Princess Diana. Mentioned the whole divorce.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Okay. There'll be something else I missed. What is Grace Hack? What's Grace? Grace Hack? Grace? Nope. Illusionist? Cracks with glass. I thought it said cracks with glass. Hmm. No, nothing. Game? Mirror game? Nope. Just typing anything here. Oh. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Um. Shapes in 99. Oh. See, I want to know who this is. What if we type no or yes? We're pulling his straws. We're grabbing his straws. There's something we haven't looked at in this database checker. Um. Looks like. um. What about? Where did she say that? Beach. Beach. Isn't that where he took her? No, not that one. I think it was that one, right?
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
Romantic. Oops. Oh.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Right. I want to know which one's pregnant though. I think it might be Eve that's pregnant. Because Hannah's supposedly infertile after the miscarriage. What about Princess? Oh,
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember well, I went over the river. And then there was a church there. Yeah. And I probably parked. Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. There it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
I'm so confused which one's which sometimes. Okay. That's all we got from Princess. He went to that conference. He kept telling her that's where he was going to, but it wasn't a conference, right? Nothing. It might be helpful if I actually typed the word properly. Oh yeah, nothing else. Who else haven't we? Was there anything on Peter, the guy that owned the pub? No. Nope.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
Right. What happens if we type yes up here? Hello? Hello? Oh, hold on. Call. Sure. Yes. Whoa. Whoa, why your mother did what she did? Yes. Sarah? Where's Sarah? Wait, what? So, the baby that... Okay, hold on. Try and make sense of this. So, the baby that Hannah lost, Simon wanted to call Sarah. No, she wanted to call Sarah and Simon wanted to call it Ava, but she didn't want a palindrome name. But why Sarah? And was that Eve that said that she wanted to name her Sarah? That's... yeah. It had to be like that then. It had to be when she had her hair up, she was Hannah. When she had her hair down, she was Eve. Because when she went and threw up, she had her hair down, but when it went back to that outfit, she had her hair back up. So maybe... yeah. Wonder if there's anything at the end. So then if she's Eve's daughter, then Eve did it? Or Eve just turned in Hannah? Maybe that's what it was. Eve finally turned in Hannah. Sarah, if you're stuck, you could always try admin random or the unlock command. Wait. Wait, what? Oops. Oh, query maximum now set to 15. So there was... oh, look, there's more in Simon.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much. No, he was as shy as me. I asked, Well, I asked a friend to ask him out for me.
Yeah, your sister.
We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth. No. I mean, everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
There was more here that we couldn't see because of that. Yep. Nope. Oh, here's a couple more.
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once.
I think when they have this necklace on, it's Eve as well.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them.
And then
Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
oh, okay. I thought Eve was the one that took care of it. But it wasn't, it was Hannah.
I think when I drove back, it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3. God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone followed him back from the pub. But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense. I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
Hmm.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but
Yeah, now it's starting to fill in. Okay. So all these blank spaces were videos that we missed, which, I mean, we got a lot. Oh. Definitely got all the Hannah ones right. Yeah. Jeez. What was the other thing it said we could type in random? Or was it admin random? Okay, it's 33, yeah. Oop.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door.
Well, that's what
The
she's talking
main
about
lock was
getting in.
unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the
Okay, yeah. So that just gives you a random one. No, it's okay. Okay, well. What if we type in killed? Oh, intruder. Nope. What about arrested? What about a lawyer? Ooh, here we go.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you. Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer. Yes, no lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for? Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that. This is a nicer room. Is this where you take people when it's time to arrest them? Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist? Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
What? Whatever. We got all the Simon ones there, right? Oh, what if we type Simon Smith in? Oh, or just Smith. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, we've gotten a few more. We should click on these and figure out which one's what. Nope. Oh.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. They say you've been asking a lot of questions about me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect? My name? That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works. Yes, I'll take a lie detector test. I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? when you suspect someone of murdering their husband. Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
Oops.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting, ready to hear from you, hear from my husband. She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Nope.
Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die.
What are these pictures?
It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure what it is.
Nope. 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 I'm pulling plucking at straws again. Okay, it said we've done 75% of the database now. No. What about Mother Gothel? She talks about Mother Gothel at the start. No, only that bit.
What kind of hairs?
What kind of hairs? They were wig hairs, but they're fake. Nope. No. Say more about the blondes. Only that one. There's definitely no more about that Helen chick that she thought was having the affair with him.
We loved our cat.
Domino?
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical.
Oh my god, but see?
And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
That's where it's weird. More in the. Oh yeah, here we go.
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No. No. Not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem. No. I'm not sure what strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful. A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
We're definitely unlocking a couple more. Look at that. Aha.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers. No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a Glazier. He doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know. Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money.
Okay. Getting so close. There's nothing on window, right? No. Nope. Nope. Take a look at the 33 in the back. Which 33? Oh, that one. Yeah, there's no more in there. It says access limited to first 15 entries, so that's only 15. Oh, that makes the same for Simon. No. Nope. Nope. There's 61 for Simon, and we've only seen 15 of it. Nope. No. What did they do? Did they chop him up? I mean, he was in bin bags. Oh, there's another one.
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know.
Hmm. Nope. Bum, 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 bum.
Is that camera recording?
She's staring at the camera.
Is that camera recording?
Nothing really. She's wearing a football shirt. Oh. Nope. Yeah, nothing really, but we've got a few more little spots filled. Hmm. It's just her talking about the tattoo. Oh. When did she get pregnant? That's what I don't understand. Oh, there's one.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing.
No, I mean Eve, not
This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was. Good. Happy. I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years. No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Hmm.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of
Fairly
marriage.
average.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
But he still had sex with you. Let's type sex in. Oh my god. We found some more.
Really? You get to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
Yeah, see, Hannah seems like the prude. Eve seems like the...
Are you married? How is your sex life?
Got him!
Hmm.
Got
No.
him!
You're looking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys. I wouldn't say that. It could be passionate. It's just, it was more than that. It wasn't just sex like it had been with the other boys.
How's it going now? Oh, I can move him. I didn't know. Oh, there's a whole big section here we're missing.
Okay? I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. And worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So,
Hmm. Hmm. Oop. Let's just talking about the mirror. Let's just talking about the cat. So,
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
hmm. Nope.
A long time.
Yeah, try
We
Eleanor
got married
again.
when I was 17.
Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Oop. No, nothing every time from both in. God, it's getting so close. Oh yeah, could try Carl again. Yeah.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. No, I was 15. Carl was older.
I was going to say a minute ago she's like
17.
we were 15, but Carl's
I
not.
was really into him.
See, that's where she messed
Regardless
up,
of
I
how
think,
he
because she
actually
mentioned
behaved.
we were 15.
Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know?
Family.
Family.
That's where she mentions family for the first time. There's nothing really at church. No, she only mentions 15 once. Oh,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm quite a private person and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument.
yeah. Nope. There's a trap bruise again. Yeah, there's nothing else on that one. No, there's only those. Go back to the murder ones for a second.
You think it's murder?
I think it's murder.
I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help? Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder? I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
So. Okay, what if I just get rid of that? No. No. Oops.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Aha.
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach.
Was it in the library with the pipe wrench? Oh my god!
And I kept it out.
It was the candlestick.
And
Dang
for
it.
a moment,
Well, we know who done it.
Just
We're just
wanted
trying to
to kill her.
fit the pieces together a little bit more.
and watch her drown.
I know, right? So dramatic.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
Yes, I'm sure holding someone's head under the water was just an argument. You know, we've already figured the everything out. We're just trying to fit little pieces together. This is the database. This is pretty much what we've filled in, and all these little blank spaces is pretty much what we haven't figured out. So we're just trying to piece the rest of it together.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice.
Brutus
That
giving us
doesn't help.
flashbacks. I
He
know,
tries
right?
to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
That was another one. Oh my god. Just thinking. You know, there's probably a few. I've got another one actually. It's called Telling Lies. So I'm going to look at that one next. Watch your news. How was your stream anyway? Was it good? The game kind of looks fun. We need to find out what was here. What did we just do then? We 64. Okay. What about weed? Fun, play for a bit, then played a dungeon battle royale game. Ooh. Nice. Nice. I've been dinkuming a lot lately, so I thought I'd have a little bit of a change of pace. Something different. Hey, woman, don't choke in there. God, I want to know what this bit is. Exactly. It is. What's not a kid recommended game? This one? Oh, the one, yeah, Trona was playing, yeah. I know, I was watching it for a little bit. Was there anything about... There was only one about an intruder, right? That's this one.
I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to
Except
climb
for
through
called
other
Knife.
gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2.
Oh, there's a bit.
No, I don't think it was. I turned the key, but it was already unlocked.
Red stuff coming out of my stomach. Oh, okay, that's that bit. Oh, I found some more.
Yeah, I had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too.
Just hobble to the kitchen and get some water.
Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off.
Ooh, bitch.
Open this door.
Rude. She a savage. She is a savage.
Yes. I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key.
So basically, I'll fill you in. So this woman here, there's actually two of them. They're twins. Your poor angel earls, yeah, I'm sure. Uh-huh. Yep, right. So this is twins. They basically were, doing the double up. You do this for me and I'll pretend to be you and you pretend to be me and blah 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 blah. So basically one of them, which is this one, is Hannah, and she was the goody two shoes. And then this was her sister Eve, which is just twisted. And basically, Hannah was married to this guy called Simon. She got pregnant, had a miscarriage, then couldn't get pregnant again. And her sister ended up sleeping with him, got pregnant. Now Simon's dead. And yeah. Oh, she no angel. Never. Absolute shitstorm. Yes, exactly. Wait, where was this one?
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed.
Stop being a suckhole.
Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage.
Why was she smiling? She's saying it's just awful and she smiled.
That was just like, fuck.
I'm starting to think I should put fuck in there. Maybe that'll work. Oh, look, it did.
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
Well. She spilt the coffee. Need to find out what's close to that little bit down there.
Can I leave?
No, you can't.
Are you going to arrest me?
Probably.
No. They'd laugh you out of the
Who went
building.
in there?
A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Oh, that's down there. It's getting closer. Pooh head. Nothing. Shit. Oops, I didn't mean the little. Damn it. Stabby stab. Must be a glitch. Glitch. She would have said poo. Totally. Totally. Huh? Skank. Matt said skank. Just let it search longer. Windows 98. Oh, God. Arrest. Yeah, I think we did arrest. Yeah. We've nearly got it all, but there's this big chunk right here.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
Now, where was that one? That was at the end. Okay. We need to get closer to where this bit was, because this is obviously going to be a big chunk of the information that we've missed somewhere. Um,
Simon,
oh, that's back at the top. Okay.
I did.
The one who doesn't exist. Oh, that one's close to that one. Wait.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaciers.
What did you say again? Sorry, I was trying to. Oh. God damn it. Someone who doesn't exist. Someone who doesn't exist. Oops. That's not an X. No. Ba-dum-bum. Man, there's a big chunk that we missed somehow, and I just don't know how. Go back to the baby thing. Okay, so where were these again?
I lost the baby.
Okay, that was there. Yeah, that was there. And these ones were where?
Yes.
That one was there. Oh, wait, what did she say in that one?
Yes.
Yes. No.
It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Can you repeat the
Yes.
question?
Like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Well, that's just lovely. What was that? What was there? Again, they keep coming back to stories. Oh. Oops. Hmm. I just want to find this big section. If I can find down here, then I'll be happy. Fairy tales. We did look at fairy tales. Where was that? Back to the rock.
No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had
Oh, that's all the way up there. Keep looking at the outfit to see if we can get somewhere.
it's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple.
Try plumber. Yeah, okay, hold on. No. Yeah, I know they mentioned there were 5 ones.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Aha.
No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me one.
That was nothing. Damn it. Hey.
Oh, tastes fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good. Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective.
Mm.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
Okay, that was up on that one. What was Florence again? That's right, she was the midwife, right? Nope. What was that? You saying family again? Hmm.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
Right. Ooh, here we go.
In the bedroom, that can't be right. In the bedroom.
Hmm. No.
She recognised me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse.
Maybe hid? Or hidden? Hmm. No. Yeah, I've done window a couple of times.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Yeah, it's any time they mention the knock code. Hmm. No.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck. his throat. How?
Hmm.
His body didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. There's these thick glasses. It doesn't always work.
Where are his glasses? Hmm. Whoops. What?
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
Oh,
Okay, I'll try my best to remember.
oops. Hmm. Baby's a girl, so. There was nothing for Sarah, was there? Except for one. Hmm. Oh, there's some more.
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
That's weird because the story changes here.
I didn't. I slept in the car. When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car. Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
Yeah, but she mentions the taxi and then she doesn't mention the taxi. She mentions going to the hospital and then doesn't go to the hospital. Nope. Mm. I'm just trying just about everything. Wait, what was this one?
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up.
That's back there too. So this one here must have something to do with that bit. The bit that we're missing, because it's the closest to it.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we got a fair bit of it done. There's just like this little bit missing that we don't know for sure what happened. Well, that's pretty good. Like, all in all, that's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. There's just some of that stuff. I think that big section there is probably stuff that we, you know, really wanted to hear because it's probably more stuff from what actually happened. But I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just annoying the crap out of me because it's a big section. But anyway, I think that might do, guys. Some of it's distracting. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, we know what happened eventually. We just don't know the big section. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just that big section. Like, we know eventually, you know. She killed him. Well, they both had something to do with it, but yeah, anyway. Radio, guys. I think that's going to do us. It's late. My brain is fried. I think this one was pretty good. Like, I wouldn't mind trying the other one. The other one is. Where is it? The other one's called Telling Lies. So, Telling Lies is an investigative thriller game with non-linear storytelling. Revolves around a cache of secretly recorded video conversations. Yeah. Sit you in front of an anonymous laptop loaded with a stolen NSA database full of footage. The footage covers 2 years in the intimate lives of 4 people whose stories are linked by a shocking incident. Explore the database by typing search items, watch the clips where those words are spoken, and piece together your story. So it's pretty similar to this one. But yeah. Should be interesting. So we might try that one next time. But yeah. Anyway, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, it's a little different from the norm, but that's okay. And yeah. Anyway. I will see you all the next time.
Running,
Oh
running,
my
running,
God,
I'm
Matt.
running over here. Run, 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 run.
I'm not running anywhere. I'm running. Oh, actually, I'm just going to fall down into bed. Sounds good to me. Okay, guys. I'll see y'all next time.